From the heart of Kansas City, we bring you Buck and Bob Take on Chiefs Kingdom. I'm Bob.
I'm Buck. We're not fancy analysts.
But we have just as many bad takes. What's up, Buck?
Not tonight. Tonight I'm feeling a lot of good takes.
Yep, well, unfortunately here at the top of the show, I have to address a horrible take I had last podcast. Oh, yeah. Get some popcorn, Buck. Get some popcorn. I know you're excited. Oh, so I was getting... Thank you. And by the way, thank you for the guys in the comments who take the time to type out mistakes I or Buck or both of us have made. It's really appreciated because honestly, you're taking the time to help us out, to help us be right in the end. And I always talk about I want to be right in the end. And this is one of those times. And I was confusing Derek Nottie with Jerry Tillery. That's why my take last week was completely off, because they obviously did get Nottie back to replace Pennell. I was confused because I didn't think we had a one tech on the team after that, and turns out Derek Nottie is a one tech. And for people, see, I'm like, just recently in the past few months, learning all this one tech, three tech, two tech stuff. Like, so for anybody who doesn't know what a one tech is, it's the defensive lineman, often known as a nose tackle, even in the 4-3. You often think about nose tackles just in the 3-4 because it's the nose of the 3 down lineman. But a one tech is someone who lines up over the center, and that's what I thought we were going to be missing completely with Pennell leaving. But I guess they actually did bring Nottie back to play that role. However, I still don't get it. I don't think he did well at that role, and I don't get it. But I was definitely wrong about, like, my take was just null and void and dumb because it wasn't. It wasn't reading into the situation properly, and I apologize for that and hope to get better as we go on, so learning new stuff. But
okay,
yeah.
End recording now. I got that all recorded, buddy. I like that you put but I still don't get it.
But I mean, Buck, am I usually right?
I agree, Bob.
See, I mean, so... No, either way,
same color hat.
See, so opinions aren't right and wrong, but I was completely false. Like, it's a fact that he's a one tech, and not a 3 tech like Chris Jones, like I thought he was. So that's why I really needed to correct it, because it made my take just dumb, made me look dumb. But I appreciate in the comments you guys letting me know, because that means you care. So I appreciate it and hope to be better in the future. What's up, Buck? How you doing?
Not much. We had our fantasy draft last night. That was a lot of fun.
You might need to turn your mic up just a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of fun. We were going to do like a member stream. We only have 2 members, so it was going to be a small member stream, but we were going to do that we were going to stream that just for, shits and giggles, but it didn't actually work out. Their internet wasn't strong enough for us to stream, so we didn't do it. But how are you feeling about your team?
I went in there thinking that I had a crackpot strategy, and the picks were coming so fast that by the time I was like, I'm going to need more than 2 minutes to look over what my first pick is going to be. So I guess, whatever. That's out the window. Best guy available. Here we go. I feel pretty good. I pulled in, 1 or 2 Chiefs. That was cool. Can't wait to see how that goes.
Witchy says, making mistakes does not make you dumb. I agree. I think not admitting you made a mistake makes you dumb. So, yeah, I was just glad that somebody corrected me so I didn't go on telling, because I talk Chiefs to people around town all the time, and I want to be accurate in the things that I'm that I am saying, and so that was something that I completely screwed up. So I was happy that, people cared enough to let us know, which was cool. But yeah, so my fantasy draft, I don't know how I feel about it. I got myself in trouble with bye weeks early on, and it messed up a lot of my picks. I mean, I was having to pick down because it was going to be like I had 2 weeks that half of my team wasn't there if I kept on the same picking path. And so, yeah, I did get my homers, but I got them late, a lot later than normal. Usually I'll get a Kelsey or I'll get a Mahomes or I'll get a, Rasheed Rice or I'll get, Worthy, somebody who's up there. But I went to the very end to get my homers, and I got the Chiefs D. I got Brashard Smith. Like, my last two picks were like Brashard Smith and Tyquan Thornton. So,
Oh yeah,
we'll
you
see.
got Taekwon. That'll be a good pick for you, man.
We'll
Some
see.
good
We'll see.
depth.
Yeah, I mean, it was like super late. I oftentimes, and I think it's been a bad strategy of mine. I oftentimes would fill my team up first, like, make sure I had one of everything besides really kicker and defense. Like, I would wait. I'd get a couple backups before I'd mess with those, but I would fill my team up with tight end, everything. Like, I waited to get tight end until super late. I got a lot of receivers and a lot of running backs. I'm pretty heavy on running back, and so we'll see.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
I've won a lot of fantasy stuff before doing my old strategies, but I want to try something new.
what I end up doing is I forget about some of the, like I end up going heavy on running back and wide receiver. That's exactly what happened to me yesterday. And I'm like, oh no, I only got like 4 or 5 picks left. Did I screw up my team? So I'll put it on auto so that it can like fix the positions that I've already drafted and maybe, fill in and it starts picking more wide receivers for me with all the same bye weeks of wide receivers that I've already got. I'm like, man, all right, so auto pick is not the strategy for your last third, folks. It just,
Yeah,
I thought
yeah.
it was a good one, but
Well,
didn't work
and you got that strategy from our old Madden League, which we ran for over a decade. I mean, it was a pretty intensive league where we were playing on All Pro, playing with like adjusted sliders to make it even more
we played on all Madden,
realistic.
buddy.
Yeah, all Madden. Sorry, the hardest difficulty, but we even changed sliders to even, like
Make it more
checking
difficult.
Reddit and everything else to like find the actual best realistic. We had rules about going for fourth downs, like so it wasn't stupid. And, it was an intense league, and in that one, we would always start out by every player going into the draft, and we would draft our entire team. So it made sense to turn it on autopilot late in the draft to kind of like, fill out the roster with like backup defensive line and offensive line and all of that stuff. But we've talked too much about that crap. Let's talk Chiefs Chargers. And the first thing on the list here, Jeremy Bloss throws it up here. You, me, and everybody else is worried about the Bolts' run game against RD, especially since we saw him get run over in preseason, especially in game 2.
I mean, there's a
I'm
little bit
definitely
to be worried
worried.
about. I'm not as worried. So I took a look at the running backs that they have on their roster right now. They've got a fullback who looks a lot like Carson Steele, like physically. Last year, he had 0 rushes. He had 4 receptions, and he played in 17 games. Okay, so this guy is not a threat to run the ball, even though he looks like he is. His name is Scott Matlock. They got Najee Harris, who carried the ball for 263 times last year for a little over 1,000 yards and 6 touchdowns. He was, I don't know if anybody remembers, there was a 4th of July mishap where some fireworks went off. I'm not sure the exact story, but his eyes were affected. I don't want to say injured, but he's been back in practice since then, so we're not sure exactly how much he's going to play. I think the big question mark is this Omarion Hampton guy. He's a rookie. He just got drafted, first round, 22nd overall. He was an elite college
Do
athlete.
you know who else drafted him?
Who? Oh, did you? Nice. That might be a nice pickup for you. That's the only thing that really scares me because that was probably my biggest concern going into the season after what we saw in the preseason.
Yeah, and we really need because I mean Ashton Genty, who I wanted to be on my team, who my wife took. Thanks, Mel. But yes, she'll be on the show too, by the way, guys, Friday night. So look forward to that. We'll be using a different if you look up at our logo on the top right of the screen, you'll see it'll probably read like that because she'll be on the show with us. So
and I may or may not be here for that.
Well,
got
we're
a
hoping.
work convention. Yeah, I've got a
we're
work
hoping.
convention. We're gonna see how the internet works out in that hotel. So,
but yeah, so he's gonna be scary. The run game of both of really, I mean, all three teams, and even including the Broncos, is gonna be something scary. But we know that the Chargers and the Raiders are gonna be rough. The Chargers. The Raiders, it's going to be the first year under Pete Carroll, but Pete Carroll turned around the Seahawks pretty dang fast. I haven't looked it up, but I remember him coming in, and it was a pretty fast turnaround. And the Raiders were more talented than people give them credit for on the roster. With the new quarterback, it's going to be nuts. But we're talking about Chargers. Chargers. They're going to run, they're going to run, they're going to run, they're going to play action, they're going to run. And if they're able to run, the play action is going to absolutely kill us. And this is going to kind of set the stage. This game is going to kind of set the stage. I'm not positive we're going to be able to shut them down. I mean, last year we started the season out, we got kind of gashed the last half of the season. But we started the season out, the first half of the season, we were one of the best rushing Ds in the league. I mean, especially if you take out quarterback runs like Lamar Jackson, running backs got nothing on us, and we played good running backs. Like everybody thought Derrick Henry was washed up because we just shut him down. And then they find out, oh no, the Chiefs were just really shut him down, and so we'll see if we can get that going again. The baseline is still there with the linebackers and stuff. It's just, I mean, if I'm being honest, Justin Reed was coming up for a lot of those big tackles, and on running backs.
Tershawn Wharton was an anchor on that defensive line.
Tershawn Wharton was doing a good job.
We still don't know what we're going to get out of Norman Lott. I'm hoping good things.
I don't even know if he plays week 1.
Right.
Is he even going to play?
I don't know if he's going to play or not. I'm just saying in the course of the season what we're going to get from him and what he'll end up being once the playoffs come. But for this week, I think that's the biggest factor right there is the Chargers running game. Here's my thing is the Chiefs defense isn't out on the field when the Chiefs offense is out on the field. And what I saw from the Chiefs offense in that last preseason game for that first quarter, am I worried about a running team coming out and outscoring that offense if that offense is working just like they were? I'm not. I'm just not.
I mean, we can win the shootout. That is a very good point, Buck. A very good positive on it. And also, what's his name? What's his name got hurt? Like, honestly, a lot of people aren't talking about the Chargers and losing Rashawn Slater. I mean, that was probably the best player on their team. Like period. Like the best player. I mean, the most important player maybe Justin Herbert, right? But Rashawn Slater, their left tackle, was the biggest, like the best player on their team, and was a big part of that line because their interior line wasn't even that good last year, and it doesn't see much improvement. They took the one guy in the draft last year. He was a left tackle. They took in the draft, but they put him at right, and he played pretty good at right. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'm trying
Richie's got a good point here. You can't judge how well the starters will do against opponent starters from a preseason play. You're right. You can't tell how they're going to play in the actual season. But what I was kind of pointing out was the offense, Mahomes looked in sync with his wide receivers. He looked in sync with the tight ends.
He
The
looked
running backs,
comfortable in the
he
pocket.
looked comfortable. The offensive line looked like they were doing enough that they will be good enough in the regular season. And as they get better, I feel like what I
think
saw
as they
there
get better, they'll be elite.
made me comfortable going into the season. It just did. Not that they beat whoever, I don't even remember who they played now. Good God, man. I start thinking about the next game and I completely forget about the last game, especially because it was preseason. But
Bears. The Bears.
the Bears.
The Bears.
So I do. I take some I got some good data from that preseason game that I feel comfortable with going forward.
And I'll be interested to see if the Bossa data gets in on some reps here, because dude, he was run stopping, shooting the A and B gaps like nobody's business, dude. For anybody that doesn't know the A and B gaps, A gap is between center and guard. B gap is in between guard and tackle. So just there's two of each. Let you guys know. Sorry, I'm just trying to help, because a lot of shows don't explain that, and people have to look it up. And I feel like if you're at a show, you shouldn't have to look it up. And we're a show of casuals talking about, our
Fans.
we're a show of fans talking about fan perspectives, and a lot of fans have no idea what an A and a B gap is. So hopefully I gave you guys a little nugget of information there. So yeah, Brian Parrott points out Venderham. How do you say his name?
I
And
don't
Tucker,
know.
Matt Venderline. He's
Vendor something.
he's the Chiefs writer for Sports Illustrated, but he's talking about this hot takes thing from KCSN. I watched that same video. It cracked me up because he was shitting on the Chiefs offensive line and talking about they're going to have to move Kingsley. And I've been saying forever, dude, give him some time. He's going to be fine. Like, if you see him, he's a monster on the run, D. Like, he's going to be fine. He just needs to learn. And he needs more reps. And then Matt comes on after that Bears game, and he's like, oh, my God. They was like Superman. He was just raving and just having the funniest time about that. I don't remember Tucker making any hot takes, but Matt, Tucker's usually there to gas up Matt, right? But I don't know. He could have been some. I mean, I like Tucker. He's a great host. Does great commercials too. We should ask him to help us with our commercials coming up soon.
Mm-hmm.
But there were a lot of people doubting the line. I think the line's going to be fine. I think us stopping, we were talking about the run at the start. I think us stopping the run, them not having Rashawn Slater is just huge, man. It's going, their line's going to struggle a bit. And I think that might be our saving grace, and we'll just hope that, we're going to have Bolton in there, and Bolton always stops the run good. So
yeah. For me, I had two keys of victory for the Chargers this week, and their running game is definitely one of them. So we'll touch on the other one a little bit later.
Okay. How many picks does Sherbert throw? Says Brian Parrott. I like Sherbert.
Man, I'd love to see 2 or 3. Roland Wallace get out there and
it just depends on if they can establish the run game, and I hope they don't, even though my fantasy depends on it. I would love to lose my first game because they can't establish the run. But they establish the run. I don't think he throws a lot because I think play action is just going to be too good. But if we start getting pressure, and if we can stop the run game and then start getting pressure to boot, I mean, he's going to throw a few. But we got to remember, he only threw what, 2, 3 in the regular season? I know he threw 3 or 4 in one game in the postseason, but
yeah,
he was pretty much lights out.
2 or 3 in the regular
23
season.
TDs and 3 picks through the regular season.
Wow.
So, but yeah, he threw 4 picks in one postseason
That's gotta be
game.
a record.
I don't know. Mahomes threw 40 some TDs and 5 picks in one of his seasons, right? or
Yeah,
50 teams.
still
did-
less than 5 though. I think it
Yeah.
was like 50-11 or 50-10 or something. It was
No,
a very
Chet.
low number.
Chat, tell us. How many times? Okay, Brian's got another question. How many times has George Karlaftis splatter Sherbert? I don't know, man. I'm hoping to see Chris Jones do some splattering. He's been working so hard this offseason. I'm hoping we see him disrupting the middle, because if Justin has to, move out of the pocket, I mean, then George Karlaftis is going to get a lot.
I'm kind of hoping to see them, kind of confuse Sherbert with just pressure from all different spots. I'd like to see a Menahue get a sack or two. Chris Jones disrupt that pocket. Karlaftis, I'm almost at the point where I'm expecting him to get 1 or 2 sacks per game at this point. I mean, he's going to get a coverage sack at some point.
Well, and we've talked about it. Like, a lot of people expect, like, you can't expect a Karlaftis sack season to look like a 3-4 outside linebacker sack season. Like, even Taba talks about his sacks flew up when they switched to the 3-4. Like, he was able to make the change, and your sacks go up because you're not as involved in stopping the run game, so you can do a lot. You could do a lot more. Like, it's just a factor of running the 4-3 defensive end. But at the same time, then you have to do coverage, at times, which is something a 4-3 defensive end rarely has to do. They rarely drop into coverage. And when they do, it's like, ugh. But, so I don't know. If he gets 1 a game, I mean, 1 or 2 a game would be record-breaking type of deal. I mean, he'd get 17 to start. And then if he had half the games that he got 2, I mean, geez, Louise, man.
I'm not saying that he's actually going to get 1 or 2 a game, but I'm kind of expecting it, going into each game, he's going to get a sack or 2. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, he's definitely not going to get 20 some odd sacks this season. I don't think that's even a stretch of a bad take.
Will anybody get a 100-yard game?
Yeah, Mahomes.
Any receiver or running back get a 100-yard game?
I think Worthy has a chance to have a big game, which would be awesome for my fantasy team.
I think Worthy does have a chance to get 100 yards. Honestly,
Kelsey, I think, is always on that list.
I don't know that they're going to really push Kelsey super hard, but maybe.
I don't think it's about pushing him. I think it's about taking what the defense gives you. I think
and
that
them being able to throw to the outside, which we've never really seen much in the KC offense. That's one thing that was exciting about preseason. Like the outside shoulder passes to the end zone. We've never really seen that from Mahomes. Mahomes added another weapon to his arsenal. Like that's awesome. That'd be like Karlaftis adding the spin move to his arsenal. It's just like, I wonder if he's been cooking that.
That'd be
cool, wouldn't it? Yeah. But I mean, that's a huge change, and that opens up the middle once again too.
Are we gonna, to just kind of branch off of that question? Do you think we're gonna have a 100-yard running back at any point this season?
I doubt it. I mean, I doubt it, because I think we're going to be rotating 3. I mean, possibly even 4. I mean, I think, and unless Andy decides to run a whole lot more, I don't really see that in our future really at all. Unless Andy sometimes goes with the hot hand, thing. But
See, I tend to think that what's going to happen, there's going to be a couple of games this season where Pacheco is going to bust one out for 20 or 30, maybe even 40 yards early on, and then he'll kind of grind his way to 100 through that game at some point. So I think it'll happen. I think Pacheco will be the one to do it. But
I think Pacheco has the most chance
team
to do it looking right now, because Pacheco looks back. If Pacheco looked like he did when he came back at the end of the season, I would have thought Hunt would be starting. But Pacheco looks like he's back to his old self, and it looks like he's stronger than his old self, which
Yeah, I agree.
means he can
100%.
carry more people as we go, as we go through. So I think Pacheco has the best chance. I just don't see it as, I just don't see it as us leaning on anybody, And if Pacheco does have a 100-yard game, I think it's going to be, uh, I think it'll be like, sorry, I just which you said she got ignored, and I was wanting to address that, but yeah, I just don't see it as a big thing that we'll be doing, because you've seen it. As soon as somebody gets gassed, like you saw Hunt would go 3 plays, bring us up to the end zone, and they would give it to Pacheco. Pacheco got stopped, 3 times. Boom, we're kicking a field goal. Yeah.
You're talking about last season when that happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because Pacheco wasn't where he's at now. I think that's kind of where you were going with that point, though.
But Witchy, how did we ignore you?
I think
Help me out.
No, I think she was having a conversation because I think somebody said something about her comment got highlighted, and she goes, "Oh, well, I get ignored a lot too." Just
bummer.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm telling you, and I think I speak for all the content creators. You don't get ignored. It's just when it goes, it's hard to keep up with them all. We're trying to talk, and when one of us is talking, the other one's trying to kind of look through the comments. But we also need to listen to what each other is saying, to be able to go back and forth. So it's definitely never. We're trying to overlook you. We're trying to star them as we go through and make sure we get to the ones. But yeah, we're never trying to overlook anybody or anything like that. But never a dull moment when she's on. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Matt Veteram. Thank you, Jeremy.
Veteram.
Yeah. Matt's great. I didn't like Matt in the beginning. I didn't like his approach at his show in the beginning, and now I absolutely love him. He's definitely an acquired taste for me. He's got that New York, kind of in your face type of, no, my opinion's right. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, it definitely grew on me, and I absolutely love his, stuff now. I don't always agree with him, but I don't always agree with a bunch of people that I like, and I still like them. What do we got here?
Chief Blitz said Jalen Moore continues to take a majority of the right tackle snaps with first-team offensive line this week. Taylor's game status will be dependent on if he needs his knee draining after the flight.
Okay, so Chiefs Blitz. So Chiefs Blitz is on the ground doing a lot of good work especially on X. If anybody doesn't follow him on X, you definitely should. Just keeping track of what's going on in practice and everything else. And I didn't know that. I thought that after Taylor got his knee fixed, I thought he didn't have to have it drained anymore.
Yeah, I thought that was a last season issue that wasn't going to be a problem going forward.
Yeah, that's news to me. I'm not great at keeping up with all the Twitter stuff, but
thanks for bumming us out, Chief Blitz.
But
I don't think there's a big downside to Jalen Moore if he's got to play. I mean, there's going to be a little. He doesn't have as much experience as Juwan over on the right-hand side, but I think all in all, if he's playing a lot there,
yeah, I don't know.
We'll be all right.
That's
my bad.
Yeah, I don't I'm still not sold on Jalen Moore, if I'm being honest. I don't know. I'm not sold. That's kind of where I'm at with Jalen Moore, but
I wouldn't say I'm sold on it. I would say that I do have a lot of trust in Andy Reid and the guys that he decides to put in the places that he had. But I still have a lot of muscle memory anxiety from last season with the left tackle. And what we're talking about at right tackle right now is can't touch a 10-foot pole to the issues that we had at left tackle last season. So I guess maybe I'm not as concerned about it.
And
guess
just
is
the
probably
right
way to say it.
tackle isn't as important of a spot, like because Mahomes could see that pressure coming and react better and easier than he can on the blind side. You know what I mean? So, but that does bring me to a little bit. It's probably a bad time to bring it up, but I'm pissed. I'm pissed. So, I bought Madden for the first time in years, and I was messed up for a bit because, like, I guess
It's so different.
my brother-in-law had he had watched my dog when I went out of town like last year, and I for him doing that I bought the new NCAA because it had come back out after being gone for over a decade. Bought him the new NCAA, and he was playing it on my Xbox, but he connected his EA account to my PlayStation account. And then it was like broken, and I couldn't get it off. And so I finally fixed that. So I'm back, but I went and got the updated rosters. And dude, the updated rosters pissed me off, man. They pissed me off. First off, Patrick Mahomes is a 95. A 95, not a 99, a 95.
Yeah, well.
Okay,
Use
not
that as
okay.
A source of inspiration. You know he will.
Not okay. Creed Humphrey is a 94.
Ooh.
A 94. Creed Humphrey, if you go by PFF stats, he's one of the best centers to ever live. Like, he's unfreaking real better than any other center in the league, right?
Are there any
like
other
right now?
centers ranked higher than that?
That's a good
Probably
point. I
didn't
haven't checked
look.
that. I haven't checked that.
Okay.
But okay, so I was happy with a few of the scores, but then really, it gets ugly, dude. It gets really, really ugly. So Isaiah Pacheco is an 83. I could deal with that. But Nick Bolton, an 83? Dude's at least a 90. Come on. Okay. Rashee Rice is an 83. 83.
Wow.
He was on track to be one of the top 3 wide receivers in the league last year, and he's an 83. Okay? Harrison Butker, an 82. Kareem Hunt, at 80. Hollywood Brown, at 80. Xavier Worthy. What do you think?
Based on what you're saying right now, I would guess Xavier Worthy. Oh, well, okay, I would put him at probably 84 to 87 range, just based on his age.
Yep.
But based on what you're saying right now, I'm guessing 79.
80.
Ah, well, at
He
least
has-
in the 80s.
He has 99 speed and 98 acceleration. How could you be the fastest man in the NFL and not have 99 of both of those? He is literally the fastest man in the NFL. Makes me angry. Okay. And acceleration, it's the 50-yard dash. Sorry, that's what judges acceleration. Okay. So I could even have seen him go at 98 speed, 99 acceleration, right? Like I could have even seen that, but no. Dude, and then it just gets, Christian Fulton, a 77, Jamari Connor, a 76. Like, dude, this is, and dude, you know who has a big part in a lot of these rankings?
John Elway.
Chad Ochocinco.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Chad Johnson has a lot of these in here. And like, I just got to say, man, everybody
I
says
wouldn't have called
like,
that.
if you have a ex-NFL player on your show or they're in the booth, like it's way better. And sometimes I have to say that rule is not a solid rule. Like I have watched Ocho on Nightcap and dude, freaking, what's his name? Tight end. Had sex with somebody on Instagram live tweet.
Doesn't help me at all.
Gosh dang it. Chat, help me out. Recently got fired from ESPN. Used to be on with Skip. Don't know shit Bayless.
Oh,
Shannon Sharp. So
okay.
Shannon Sharp has fantastic takes. Like really smart football. Chad Ochocinco, literally on that show, I'm like, dude, why are you even talking about football? Like, it's just literally I know more than he does. Like it's that bad. They
The
and
worst was Warren Sapp for me. He was a really smart guy. He just had zero ability to turn what his thoughts were into a coherent sentence most of the time.
I only saw him on Inside the NFL, and I always appreciated a lot of the things that he said, but I don't remember exactly. It was a long time ago. But all I know is that Ocho don't know shit about stats for all of the teams. And he obviously, like, I mean, come on, dude. Like, I just couldn't believe 80 for for freaking
Which he said
Rashee
Chaz
Rice.
is there because he's friends with Shannon.
Yeah, it's
Probably.
just and I loved Chad Johnson. I think he was a great player, but that's why I want to like just really bring that up because people often say, you know, like you're not a player, so you don't know. And I'm like, dude, lots of these players only know their position. They don't know crap. They don't even know how defense works. Like, I mean, you'll see it constantly on New Heights podcast where you know Jason and Travis know nothing about their different parts of the offense. You know, it's just like I don't. Everybody's like, well, players will be a better coach, maybe, but maybe not. Like, and like it's. So that's the one thing I wanted to get out there, but I'm just upset about our rankings here. Sorry, I went on that.
Witchy, that's a great point. Not every player transitions to broadcasting. It's true. It's just like
well,
not every
broadcasting
player,
or coaching, you know,
or coaching. Yeah, you just can't tell. Remember Joe Montana tried his hand at broadcasting? Do you remember that? Not many people do because it didn't
Who?
last long. Joe Montana.
Oh,
One of the
did
greatest to ever. Yeah. I don't think it even lasted a season. He just doesn't have the personality for it. He's got a brilliant quarterback mind, but and great instincts, but that doesn't translate to, you know, being a good broadcaster or color commentator.
Yeah, and then as far as the rookies go, I was fine with the rookie ratings. Rookies always come in with the lower ratings, and that's just, you know, it's
Look at that.
basically they come in with the low awareness. Ooh,
HD Chiefs fan gifted 5 podcast memberships. Thank you very much,
Who got
buddy.
those? I didn't even
Much
see.
appreciated.
Make sure to say thanks and chat, guys. We're gonna be doing our first member stream here. I don't know, probably like we're trying to do it like a month after we started, so people could actually join. So it's probably gonna be like week and a half, 2 weeks from now. And I don't know what we're going to talk about. I mean, we might be able to give some stuff away. My mom's bought a bunch of Buck and Bob stuff, so maybe I can see if she'll sponsor the thing. We can give away some merch and stuff.
Thank
But
you,
thank
Mom.
you so much, HD Chiefs fan. Thank you so much. All right, off of my Madden. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring that up. What were we talking about?
Well, we were talking about the right tackle.
Yeah.
And
Oop.
I was bringing it up too.
We were putting the same one up. Awesome.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. Chiefs blitz. He did kind of extend what he was talking about there. He said Juwan said in his presser the other day that they will have to see if it needs draining after the long flight. So Moore has been taking first team reps during this week's practices.
So maybe it's something where he hasn't needed it, but they're
But they're not
worried
sure
about
because
the
it's a long
pressure.
flight.
Yeah, and you're up in the pressure that entire time. Okay, that makes a lot of
I like it.
that makes a lot of sense actually. You got
And
to
it
show
may
up
not
here
need
all the
draining.
time, Chiefs. We need you, Chiefs Blitz.
Thank you for that information.
Yes, thank you. I can't believe I missed that presser. I normally watch all of them, and it's weird. But yeah, I missed. Wait, oh no, it was Jawan Taylor's presser. Yeah, dude, I missed him in his presser. Sorry, this lisp is killing me, man. With this like insert, I can't wait, dude. I'm getting my fake tooth put in like 2 months, and I can go back to talking normal. This lisp is killing me.
It's about time. It's killing me too.
But it's either that or I just don't have a tooth, and you guys are like, "Whoa,
I've got.
Are
a
you
picture
sure
of
you
it if
aren't
nobody
Bucky?
Believes it.
yeah, no, I'm not taking it out because that'll get screenshot and put all over the place. And no,
I
I'm
make
not doing
the
it.
thumbs, and I threw it up on one of the thumbs as a joke one time and sent it to Bob for approval. He's like, "Nope, Not
No,
happening.
But yeah, I'll get that in soon, and then I can talk normal again. Like it's crazy because if I talk normal with this in, it comes out like this. This is what I normally talk. This is how my tongue is normally shaped when I'm talking normally without this in. So I have to change the way my tongue is shaped in my mouth on the fly. And some words I'm just more used to than others. You know, I've only had it in for like 3 months, and it was worse to start, but I'm getting better, and I'm hoping to fix it soon. But yeah, so yeah, the right tackle, we'll see. But boy, we're in a good position with Jalen Moore. Whether or not he's great, he still is. I mean, it's an amazing, it's an amazing backup to have. Swing tackle across, and he can play the guard or the tackle role. I mean, we're just sitting so much better than we were last year, and that's happy for me. But unless we have anything else in chat here, guys, you can put your questions in. But Buck had another key to victory that he wanted to talk about.
Yeah, we were talking about the running backs. What was the other one? The turnovers. I think it's really important that the Chiefs are able to win the turnover battle here. That's the one thing I'm worried about is if the Chargers are able to get a couple interceptions, maybe a fumble recovery or two, and they can keep Mahomes off the field, that would be their other probably most...
Which goes hand in hand with the run game, keeping him off the field too.
Right. So I think that would be the one area that I could see the Chiefs losing this game. But the more and more that I look, and man,
yeah, but I mean,
it's a foolish thing, but I get comfortable.
Well, I mean, think about the Chargers though. They've lost like Bosa, Fulton, Fox, Ford. Like their defense is not the same as it was, and
it wasn't great last season.
Yeah, and we don't know what all they, have gotten. But wait a second, did they get
the mix?
Did they get the linebacker? One linebacker. Oh, what's the one that we actually talked about in our attempt at looking at a rookie linebacker
before the draft?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Kyle Kennard. Kyle Kennard was a grab, and we actually looked into him in our like rookies we'd back way before the draft. We really didn't know what the hell we were doing. We were just trying to find stuff. But
yeah,
we'll be better at the draft next year for sure. But yeah, it's always a learning experience for us, and happy to learn. But yeah, their defense is definitely different. So I don't know that it's going to be all that hard for us to move the ball.
We'll see. I don't really expect our running game to do a whole lot here.
I don't think it needs to. I don't think it needs to do a lot. I
think in the grand scheme of things, we need to have some sort of running game. It's if you know that they're just going to go 2 deep safeties every time. I mean, that's been kind of one of the problems for the Chiefs in the past 5 years is defense will just settle back at those 2 deep safeties, let the Chiefs run a little bit. You know that's not the game that they want to play, so make them play the game they don't want to play. That's a great strategy. So I think even though we don't necessarily need a good running game this week to win this game, I think we need a good running game this week just to show our opponent, have something on tape for our opponents to study.
Not doing, yeah. I think opening up the passing on the right and left sides of the field on the edges is helping too with that, with the deep safeties, and the wide receiver screens help with that. But yeah, it's what we talked about. We wanted a stud running back to come to KC in the draft, but after this draft, I mean, honestly, if Omar Norman Lott doesn't work out, then maybe we should have got a running back over him. But this rookie draft is turning into something, might be the best draft that the Chiefs have ever had in the history of the organization. We're going to have to wait to see, but it just might be. And at this point right now, the only one I'm worried about not being a hit is a hit for the round that they were taken in. Remember that, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Not like, I'm not saying they're all superstars, but the only one that might not be a hit is Omar, and we just don't know because of his ankle. And I'm hoping, I feel that he's going to be good. So I'm hoping I'm right on this one, but I just don't know because that ankle's been hurt, so I just don't know.
Out of all the draftees that are going to play on Friday, which one is going to have the most impact on this game?
Honestly, man. So I want to say, because of who we're playing, I want to say it's Bossa Data, or Ashton Gelati. If they can help stop the run, and Ashton Gelati, man, him tackling 3 dudes and the football was just, we saw the power that this dude has. I think they might be the biggest keys to victory because of that. Call me crazy, but I think offensively we're going to be fine as long as the offense can get on the field. And that's the problem. So
I think it's going to be Bossa. That was definitely my first thought with that question. But I think the second guy, Gelati definitely could disrupt some plays, but I think Josh Simmons is really a key.
I think it's just, that's not what I'm worried about, right? I'm worried about our defense stopping their run, and I think those 2 players are keys to making that happen. And I'm not saying Boss is going to play every snap, but if they are running well, then he's going to get in quite a bit. And you also asked rookies, I did, for anybody listening, I'm not saying most important, I'm saying rookies that are going to be most important to this game. So why am I crazy, HD Chiefs fan?
You said,
I assume you're talking
crazy,
about me,
but and he was saying,
okay. So
I almost did it too, but I refrained.
You really think I'm crazy? Well, you agree with
but you
Bossa.
said call me crazy. So when you said call me crazy,
well, I'm just saying, do you not think? Do you not think that?
Oh no, I agree.
Not
I completely
you.
Agree.
HD Chiefs fan. Do you who do you think is going to be the biggest impact rookie of the 7 rookies we drafted?
So let me give you my take on why Simmons could be. What I know, Witchy, we can't take anything from a preseason game, but I think that what we took away from that game that we can still take into this game is that Mahomes wants to air it out. And if he's going to have time to air it out, and if he's successful at airing it out, it's going to be hard for me to say that Josh Simmons wasn't the most impactful rookie out of who we drafted in that game. See? I told you he doesn't think you're crazy.
Yep, and Chiefter. Hey, Chiefter, what's up, brother? Chiefter's
65, toss power trap.
Chiefter's always in all Chiefed Ups chat. You see, if you look there at Buckman, if you look to the right of Buckman, or Buck, sorry, just doxed you. You see that? We got we're representing. I'm gonna have mine up right here soon. I'm waiting on the frame because it was a weird size. But yep.
HC Chiefs fan thought that crazy was your preferred pronoun. He was just trying to.
No, it's nerd and dork. Those are my preferred. I think it's even on my Twitter. It used to be. It was nerd/dork. But maybe it's not. Maybe I think I changed it because I didn't want to upset people, but it was that for a bit. Yep, we're huge fans of the ACU here. We are huge fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, would love to collab with them weekly because
Again?
it's so much fun. Had a blast on their show talking about. I think the main conversation was like Brashard Smith, but yeah,
Hey, King Jamie, Bob, you silly, you ain't a dork. Well,
Uh,
then you clearly don't know Bob well
I mean,
enough.
I guess maybe it should be nerd/geek. Maybe it should be that. I guess a dork is
It's
kind of like
all-
dorky. Like, what was it? Oh yeah, nerds still get laid, dorks don't. Is that my old saying that I used to say?
I've never heard you say anything like
I
that.
think I
before.
said something like that. I mean, I just made it up as a joke when somebody called somebody a dork or something. So yeah, so both Chiefter and Stanley Moody say this. If you want to read this one,
Simmons has got to be the most important position to see where we're at with protection and Gelati on defense.
I think overall for the team, I think you're exactly right. He has to be the most important player for this game as far as the 7 rookies. And I thought stopping the run, which is going to be the key to them winning. I don't think their D is good enough to beat us, even if Josh Simmons isn't in and say Jalen Moore's in. I don't think their D is good enough to beat Mahomes without Simmons. Do you see
Yeah.
where I'm going with this,
I do.
Chad? Well, I know
I-
you
I-
do, but
Yeah.
I was just like, that's why I'm saying. But as far as the whole season goes and the future of the Chiefs, I mean, Simmons hands down. So, I mean, how about this, chat? We'll agree that Simmons is the most important. Who's the most important after that? How do I do those?
Polls?
Things? Yeah, the polls in YouTube.
I don't know.
Oh, dang it! It's like not in our controls here on StreamYard.
StreamYard.
Do I have to like click into here? Nope. Oh, but I have to be on I can't be on my account. Wait, Brian Parrott, I think, can do it because he's a
HB Chiefs fan
mod.
said nerds definitely get laid. Didn't you watch the 80s movie? Lambda, Lambda, Lambda all the way. Yeah, I watched that like last month. I love
Sorry. Revenge of the Nerds is one of my favorite movies as a kid, man. I mean, I grew up with a stutter, and yeah, I didn't have people really like me until college. I grew up with a stutter and ADHD. I had no idea how to communicate with people. I always did stuff with like, Bob, why'd you do that? I don't know.
I would have been most like Booger in that
The
movie.
Tri-Lambs. Yeah, you would definitely be Booger. Sorry.
No, he didn't laugh like that. He was the
No,
gross one.
that was the main guy that did that one.
Yeah.
I don't even think I'm doing it right either. I'm just trying. I don't know how to do a poll. I think Brian could do a poll because he's a mod. I think we need to make HD Chiefs fan a mod too.
I think Brian was watching from his phone because he was going to church, and then he found out church was canceled or something.
We need to make HD Chiefs fan witchy mods. If you guys are cool with that, we're gonna do that. Hope you're cool with it. But yeah. So chat, who do you think is the most important rookie outside of Simmons to win this game specifically? This game.
This game. Oh yeah, Booger was on Better Off Dead too. I love that movie. I got a nice little story about that movie. That was a great show. Do you realize the street value of this mountain?
All right. So
high.
King Jamie is now a moderator, and HD Chiefs fan is now a moderator.
He said he's not mod material.
But you don't have to do anything. I'm just adding you as moderators. You don't
If
have to do
decide
anything.
at some point.
Yeah, if you decide to. I'm just saying, I trust you guys, and I don't know how to find mods, so you guys just pretend that you're doing something. So people are scared to say mean and anything horrible.
All right, Jeremy says
Just
Norman
look
Lott.
scary.
He thinks that Norman Lott's going to be the most impactful in this game.
Dude, is he playing? Like, cause like they've been like cryptic about that. Like, man, yeah, and It's interesting you say Norman Lott because everybody says he sucks at run D. I still don't know that he sucks at run D because, like, I don't know that, like, he's ever been challenged with run D. Like, that's what I keep asking our boys at All Chiefed Up to explain to me, like, who told him that he was bad at it, or is it just that we've never seen him do it? But I haven't gotten a reply back. I guess I should just look up how to do polls the next time. I don't know how to do it, so I'll have to just.
So the Chiefs haven't
figure
listed
it out
anybody
later.
on the injury list yet on their official website because they don't have to, so they won't.
So maybe he is.
Has him listed as questionable right now.
Yeah, so maybe he is. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, but if he plays and he stops the run, I'm just gonna be like, I mean, did that come through or is it broken?
Yeah, no.
We'll do it again. I mean, that'll be amazing
Worth it.
because if he's able to rush the passer and stop the run, then we've proven everybody wrong and gotten a steal in the draft. But so many people say he's not good at the run, and I can't get a straight answer from anybody telling me, they heard that he wasn't good at the run because there's actual snaps to see where he hasn't been good, or if it's just he's never been given the proper opportunity to stop the run. That's where I don't know.
King Jamie had a good question. So with Royals at practice, does that mean that he might play? That could change my pick from Simmons as far as who's most impactful in the game.
Well, the last I heard, again, from our buddies at All Chiefed Up, is that Matt Derrick said he was playing, and Nate Taylor said he wasn't playing. So conflicting reports from sideline reporters. Maybe Chiefs Blitz, if they're still in the chat, they might be up to date on the X rumors of what's gonna happen. I'm not sure.
I don't even know if that would change my answer either, to be honest with you. I mean, I'd love to see Royals just go off, but do I think that he's going to go off and be the pivotal player out of the draft in his first game? I don't think so.
I don't either.
I think Mahomes has too many other options to go to, so he doesn't have to lean on Royals. So if he's ever at a point where he's got to lean on some of the more reliable guys because protection is breaking down, or Simmons is struggling at left tackle, then I think I just don't think Royals is going to be the first guy to get that scramble drill thrown his way. But if Simmons is, if the whole line is just protecting him like crazy, and Mahomes can pass for 400 to 500 yards, then Royals might have a great day. I just think at that point it's still more Simmons impact than it is Royals.
Yeah,
But
I think
we'll see.
Royals was a damn good grab. I really do, but I think everybody's getting really excited about him, and I hope that everybody's right. I hope that everybody is right, and he's just going to come in and be better than Rasheed right off the bat. But honestly, I think Tyquan Thornton has more of a chance to have more yards than Royals this game. Like you saw, we just happened to be stacked at wide receiver. I mean, we had to keep Brownlee, because he would have been grabbed on waivers. Like I never thought Brownlee was going to make it. I mean, it's like we are stacked at the wide receiver spot. So I just don't know that he gets a ton of opportunities, and not because he's not good, but just because we have so much talent on the team. And like, we're not even talking about Robert Tonyan, who was like, I think like one of the highest producing receivers, not just tight ends, receivers in the preseason. So, I mean, we're stacked. And then Noah Gray still can catch the ball. Don't forget that, guys. And then Travis Kelce. And then, I mean, we are stacked. I mean, it's so, I just don't know. I mean, but I would love it if he came out and he was just a monster. I mean, I would love it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you want to keep everybody happy, and throwing to a lot of different receivers keeps a lot of different receivers happy. Yep. Jeremy Bloss talking about Norman Lott. He's going to have to get more used to stopping the run eventually. I just haven't seen it yet. I don't know. And he's been hurt, so I just don't know what to do about that. Like, we're just, like, time will tell. But even if he's just a piece to put in on passing downs, if he excels at that, that'll be pretty awesome,
Mm-hmm.
Yep. The flight could cause, that's what he's talking about, Juwan Taylor.
Juwan, yeah.
And then the rookie that has to show up is definitely Simmons. What else we got here? I think the most important rookie besides Simmons is Norman Lott, but I think the biggest play will come from Brashard Smith. Ooh.
Oh, that would make Bob very happy.
I like that hot take. I have a lot of faith that Brashard Smith is going to be something special in the years to come. I think he's going to be something special in the passing game this year. He's going to have to get better at pass protection, or else they're going to know exactly what he's on the field for every time he walks out. But I think Brashard Smith, man, I've been talking about it since he got drafted. Looks a lot like Brian Westbrook. A lot like Brian Westbrook. So if he...
Are you saying that because you think Brian Westbrook might be his dad? Or are you talking about playing style? Because sometimes I'm not sure.
I mean, because he looks like his dad.
Okay. All right. Just he looks a lot like him.
That didn't even come to my mind, but that's awesome that you thought about that.
You can see it in his eyebrows.
EA Sports. It's in the nose.
Yeah, but if he comes out and has a big game where he catches 5 to 10 passes and he's got 75 to 100 yards, you are going to absolutely lose your mind.
I mean,
I knew it.
I called it from day one. Oh, hey man, if you can take your licks like I did at the start of the show about when you're wrong, you should be able to gloat when you're right. Be like, yeah, buddy.
That is an interesting name we got there.
They were fully healed. Which he must be
ASAP Hood Goat. Bah. Madison Beer is actually a hottie. I don't know what that means. I just like your name.
Well, he's got a certain player on his pick there.
Yeah,
so
look at that, Sherbert.
So, yep. Wishing
Well,
your team luck,
for tuning
sir.
in, ASAP.
Yeah. Wishing your team luck. We here at Chiefs Kingdom, the longtime people, we know what it's like to be, trying to come back up. We did it for decades, so good luck to you. What else we got here?
Oh, Juju. Gonna wake some folks up who's been sleeping on him. Says he's in the best shape yet. We haven't even brought up Juju's name once.
Juju is in great shape. But Juju, you gotta remember, Juju's one of the guys willing to do the dirty work. And we haven't, so it's hard, like, we haven't gotten anything from Andy yet that tells us who the new guys are that are doing dirty work, because it used to be Sky Moore, Juju, and Justin Watson, but now we just know Juju, so we don't know. I mean, if like Brownlee's a big body, like he could be somebody who's doing that work, you know what I mean?
Willing to,
yeah. So we just don't know who that new person is. You know what I mean? So, and so, yeah, Thornton's sneaky good. He's not sneaky good. He's made a case for that. I mean, I've watched him all through training camp and just been like, and I feel like a doofus too, because I was talking to Joe at camp. Joe, one of the coaches, the team pass coordinator, and he like basically looked at me like I was crazy, like I should have known he was going to be good. But I was like, dude, you put him on the practice squad after he did nothing with the Patriots, and I just thought it was, it was nothing like Sky Moore. But you just might see Sky Moore might go to the Niners. He might look pretty good here in the next couple games. You guys might be surprised because they're going to use him differently than we did, just like we're using Tyquan differently than the Patriots did. So
I hope somebody gets something out of Sky. I just didn't see it ever happen in here in Kansas City.
I am glad he's gone. I'm glad he's gone. But I do appreciate his time here. I do appreciate the work he put in, and I really wish him luck. Like, he seems like a great dude, so I really do wish him luck. But that doesn't mean that I'm like wanted to give him another chance. You know what I mean? You want to see Mahomes get 400 yards and 6 TDs. Well, to do that, we're gonna have to be like, that means our defense is getting gashed because Andy doesn't run up the score. So if you want to see Mahomes get 400 yards and 6 TDs, we're gonna have the defense is gonna be getting their butts whooped. Yeah. I mean,
have to give up 40.
Yeah, you go find me a time where Andy's ever run the score up. You know, like it's not something Andy does. He's old school, and it's come to bite us too before. You know, so I wish that he would, but I just don't think he's going to. No.
I just thought of a good quote for that, but I'm going to keep it to myself.
Andy Reid said Royals is a scratch. You're full of it, Brian. He's saying a healthy scratch, like not even going to suit up. Okay. If he's saying that, then it's because he's still kind of hurt. Like they're just not sticking him on injured reserve. But if he's a scratch, then he's still kind of hurt because he was a monster in training camp too. I mean, he caught literally everything. He just wasn't going out for the deep stuff much.
That's going to make it really hard for him to be impactful in this first game.
Mm-hmm. It definitely definitely makes it harder. All right, so we only got I've only got, unless Buck wants to just continue by himself, I've only got about 8 more minutes left. Anybody got any final questions we want to see here? You see anything we want to hit on in chat here?
Does the game being in Brazil give either
what
team
is this?
a better chance? Oh, this is ASAP responding. He said, y'all seen that movie, She's Out of My League, with the guy from This Is the End?
She's out of my league.
I want you guys to be mean. Come on, ha. All right, I'll tell you what. This is as mean as I can get to a Chargers fan. Is as a Chiefs fan, we hate the Broncos and the Raiders, and we don't really care what happens anywhere else.
Yeah, and I loved LaDainian Tomlinson, even though he ran all over us.
Class act.
God, he was so good. He was a class act. He was just, dude. Okay, Rivers, biggest crybaby in history. I wanted to smack Rivers across the face every time words came out of his mouth. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. There, I gave you something. Like I hate Rivers. I think he's the biggest baby. Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude's a freaking idiot. I would tell him it to his face. Like, I don't like the guy at all. But honestly, like, I liked a lot of what the Chargers did over the years, and I just it's crazy because like I remember growing up, and the Chiefs would be out of the playoffs, and my mom would be like, "Well, I want the Seahawks to win now because they're in our division," you know, and like there was a camaraderie back then, along with the rivalry that we have in divisions now. But there was a camaraderie that once you were out, you were kind of hoping that your division would carry it on, you know, and the West would be the best. You know what I mean? And that's why I wanted to make the West is the best video, is because that's something we've lost. It's something I learned from my mom that we've kind of lost. There's so much hate in the game this year with fans, with social media. It's just
totally
gross.
agree.
Like, I love rivalries, but I hate the hate.
Okay, so where we're coming from as Chiefs fans, we've grown accustomed to the hate, and so we're the team that everybody wants to beat, and we're kind of used to that feeling at this point. I mean, we're talking 7 seasons of Mahomes magic. But if you're in a division that you're going to have one team in the playoffs, you might get a second team in the wild card. You know that none of the teams really have a great chance at the Super Bowl. You're going to root for those other teams in your division against the AFC West or, some of the other big divisions. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I know the best divisions in all of football other than the AFC West. But I think it's more of a what team is in power, what division is in power this season or this last few years. I think if the Chiefs were to fall back to mediocrity and the AFC West was just, a hard scrapper division and the Patriots were back in power again and they were in the middle of it, I think you'd see a little bit more of that. I know.
You said the P word.
It's just because they were the last dynasty.
Yeah, I could talk smack on the Patriots all freaking day. Oh, I could do that. If you want me to do that, cheaters, I could do that all day. But I mean, even the Broncos. I mean, I watched Elway just destroy us year after year, and I've just looked at him and been like, man, I wish that guy was my quarterback. I wish he was on the Chiefs. You know what I mean? Like,
yep. And then he was gone, and then they get Peyton Manning. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
How is this even possible?
I was mad about that. But I was at the game where Peyton threw 4 picks before halftime, and we were scared. Like, we were scared. It was early in Andy's tenure with the Chiefs. We were in the crowd, and we were scared. But you know what? All of the Broncos fans were so nice to us, even though they had lost. There was only one really drunk chick that was like, who even would like a team that's from Kansas? And I was like, well, actually, it's Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri. And, Kansas is right next to him. And she goes, shut up, you idiot. I was like, okay.
Yeah, she was the drunk girl, and you were the know-it-all guy.
Well, actually,
they were like, "Oh, that girl's annoying," and then you said that, and they were like, "Oh, so is he, kind of." So they kind of balance out.
Oh man, yeah, dude, I'm excited for the season. Thanks for trying to get us riled up. I hope you thought that we left our bias out of that video, because that's obviously why you're here. Would be my guess, but what is this? Speaking of bolts. Oh, I did. It just seems unlikely for a Chargers fan to show up here, besides the fact that we just did that AFC West video. So maybe it's not completely obvious, but
well, we did put his quarterback on our thumbnail, so maybe he just saw that.
Oh, true. That is true. Yeah, never mind. Not the bad use of obviously. Sorry, I apologize. I hate the word. It is what it is. I hate that one too. Yeah, Romanov way more weapons. I mean, but so will the Chiefs. So will the Chiefs. I mean, we had literally the offense, and I mean, we just didn't have a left tackle either, which you guys are kind of dealing with now. I mean,
I'll tell you what, ASAP, you should come back Friday evening after the game, and especially if the Chargers win, come in here and talk a little trash. We'd love to hear from you then, too.
Yep. And Sifty Dust says Royals is a scratch, but he's not a healthy scratch. So, yeah, that's all a bummer. But yeah, so he's not going to be a big part of the game. But I think King Jamie was saying if he happens to play, because Andy's been known to lie. So, like, it's not for sure that he's not playing. Unless he's already submitted, which I don't think you have to submit until right before the game almost. But what else we got here?
Brian said, gonna put a couple birdies and an eagle on old Bob in a round of Wii golf.
Hey man, I could handle some Wii golf.
I was pretty good at the bowling.
Yep.
That was a long time ago.
Do you remember when I first started dating Mel and we were playing Wii bowling, and I had just gotten my first 48-inch TV. It was one of those big ones, that sits on the ground. And she went to bowl.
Put on the strap.
She just let go of the controller, and it smacked it and the whole room, there was like
Went
9
silent.
people in the room, and the whole room goes silent because I was a hothead when I was younger. I'm not proud of it, but I could get kind of scary. I can still get scary now, but it's like you have to really push me. But like back then, I'm not proud of it. But
hitting your TV
mad.
with a controller was one of the things.
Yeah, it was
that
one of the
could set you
things
off,
that
for
because
sure.
like I was just like respect I love you guys coming over. I'll have
Yeah.
anybody over anytime. I'll make you food. I'll provide the smokage or whatever we're doing, the beer. Like, but respect my stuff. Is basically a thing, and the whole room goes silent.
We were like,
And I
oh,
just-
she's gonna get it.
I just slowly go up to the TV, and there's a freaking dent on it, but it's not a dent. It was like a smudge because it's like a plastic thing on these old big screen TVs, and I go, just lick my finger, and I go. I was like, "We're all good, guys," and then the whole room goes.
We were able to breathe finally.
And I was like, "Come on, guys! I wasn't gonna freak out." They're like, "Yeah, right."
yeah, if she wasn't here, somebody losing a finger.
Yep. I still would have kept her if she would have actually
It was a good
actually messed
gamble.
it up.
It was a good gamble going on a second date with her, I think.
Oh man! All right, what do we at? What else we got here? We got trying to keep up chat here. We've only got like a few more minutes. We can take maybe one more question. You have anything?
No, I think I'm out of questions for this game. I feel way more comfortable than I should.
Here, this is a great one we should just take.
Oh,
This
right,
is scary.
yeah. Positive vibes playing in the awful Brazilian turf field. Didn't they have like a rainstorm or something a few days before last year? Wasn't it last year?
Well, no,
Was
it was. We had a horrible field in Mexico City. But
okay.
The Brazilian field stands. A lot of people are saying it's going to be this. It's going to be the same. It's going to be a rough field, and that's scary for everybody. When you're talking injuries, like that's super scary. So, yeah, I'm just hoping that both teams get out without having injuries. I hate injuries for competition's sake. I hate seeing those guys being carted off the field. Like, I've become a lot more emotional about players doing this show. Players have now become people to me, which I'm not sure I actually like, because I watched the latest Chiefs, the franchise. They do it on YouTube, and that show has gotten really good. Okay, and this first episode, they showed like when we got Andy Reid and the steps going up to it. And I'm sitting here crying, like literally crying, like not sobbing, but like crying, thinking about when we got Andy Reid and just how excited we were around the whole city, and everybody's just like, dude, we got Reid. And then Reid comes in, he talks, he's like, we're gonna start at the bottom, we're gonna move up. And I was like, dude, we got Reid. We got Reid. Like, I mean, Kansas City, like a small town, one of the smallest market teams, we got Reid, dude. Like, and it was just like, I'm getting goosebumps freaking thinking about back then. And I'm just bawling. And Melissa wakes up from a nap and she's, what's wrong? And I'm like, just watching. Like, it's, I don't even know what brought me on that tangent. Oh, it's about, then I cried a second time later on when they went through Nico's story and he got teary, and I was like, oh, dude, I feel you there, man. Like, it's just, but it's just to think about where we were and our struggles all through it, like how blessed we've been. Like, it's just freaking cool, man. I'm actually gonna start losing it now thinking about it. Like, it's just we're always hoping for something, like it's my whole life, just hoping for something. And when Reid came, I was like, dude, this is gonna change everything. And then I told everybody, speaking of Geno Smith, who's now on the Raiders, I was like, I thought that Andy might take him that first year. I was like, if he takes Geno, that's our quarterback of the future. He didn't take Geno. I was like, all right, well, And I waited years for that quarterback to come, and then it was Patrick Mahomes, and it's just, it's been freaking amazing, man. It's been amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It is.
I'm really actually getting emotional. It's not good.
I kind of have a similar story
Ooh.
about that Reed thing, but with the Royals.
Do it.
There's a video of me when, Hosmer, when Eric Hosmer got called up from the AAA team to the majors. I literally took a video. I was driving on Quivira in front of Oak Park Mall, and I said, "We're gonna go to the World Series. They just called up Hosmer," and it was like the next season or 2 seasons later that we went to the World Series. And so every time that comes up in my memories, I'm like, I'm a sports god. I called it. It was probably the easiest call to make ever in the history of Royals baseball. But
Dude, and I wonder if Pat even remembers what I drunkenly did to him one night before anybody really even in Kansas City knew who he was. Like, we're there at like 19th and Main, and I'm at that steakhouse that dry ages beef, and I was there with Meraki and Cisco reps. They were buying us dinner because we were buying a bunch of their routers and switches. And so there, Mahomes comes in. I'm like, dude, that's the new quarterback for the Chiefs. And they're like, oh, yeah. Mahomes? I was like, no, I think it's Mahomes. It's hard to say it. Like, because it was hard for everybody to say it in the beginning. I was like, so I like looked him up and I was like, no, that's for sure him. Look, it's for sure him. And they're like, yeah. And then when we were leaving, I didn't have the balls to go up and like say anything to him, but when we were like, they kept seeing me look over at him and they probably were like, oh, he recognizes us. But before we left, I go, dude, you're the future of KC and you're going to be a legend. And I just walked out the door and I wonder if I ever meet him, I'm going to ask him if he remembers that, because it was like 3 weeks into the season after we drafted him. So he doesn't even play until week 17 of that. So
I'll
I'd
ask
be
him
interested
if I
to
see
see.
him. We're going to be working on
interested.
it for my company. We're going to be working on the house that's being built right next door to his. We're going to be putting in a theater and
19th and Main. It's right across from the strip club there, downtown. But yeah, ask him if you actually run into him. Because I wonder if he remembers that. Because I was just like, they had gotten me a lot of drinks there. They had bought me like some of the best scotch. I'd had like 4 scotches and like two beers and like a steak you wouldn't even believe. But guys, that's all I've got for tonight. I've got to go. My dog has got to get his exercise, and I got to get him to the park. So, man, you guys are here strong on YouTube.
Thank you, everybody.
Too, man. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you so much to everybody.
I hate to leave.
For watching and listening and adding to the conversation. We really, really appreciate it.
Dude, we really appreciate it.
Go to buckandbob.com. You can check out all of our videos, merchandise, and more to come.
Links, we're on TikTok, all the different places with clips. We're trying to grow. We're trying to get our voice out to more people so we can have more conversations with you guys live. Like, this is why we do this. We do the other videos just to try to grow. You know, it's the only way to grow on YouTube is to do the news type different story videos, you know, and those are a lot of work. Like, dude, the AFC West one, and we still had 2 like airs on it, which sucks because like we spent, 3 days on that. Like I literally worked 10 hours 3 days to make that video happen, and then I watched it and I'm like, damn it, we went too stat heavy. We need to we're trying to get better, but it's so hard when you're creating something new. But we're trying. We love the podcast. That's what we want to do. So help us grow. We want to keep talking to you guys. And until Friday, we will see you next time. Lisa and the Minja.